Good morning, I'm Emily with Blooms and Berries, and we are in a different location this morning. This is a location that you guys don't get to see very often. We are in our main grow house here on the farm, and I don't know how many of you know this, but we actually grow thousands of plants for hanging baskets, for planters, and even for 4.5s. This is our main heated grow house. We grow as much as we possibly can, and it gets really tight in here. As you can see, our benches are completely full in this section. If you would have been here yesterday, this entire greenhouse would have been completely full. But as plants grow, they need a lot more space to look nice and lush and pretty. Right now, these were planted about a week ago, so they're still little babies. They're starting to show some color, but as they get bigger in a week or so, we're actually going to have to do something that we call checkerboarding. We take plants out of the trays so they have more room to just move around and stretch and do what they want. Otherwise, they'll grow kind of asymmetrical and weird shaped. What we like to grow a lot of is Proven Winners material. That's a brand of plant. Again, planted about a week ago. Probably not your best example, but see in a week how much this will grow. We grow Proven Winners plants because honestly, they are really good material. They don't grow from seed. They come in as baby plants and then they grow out into these lush things like this. We got this, here's some background here. We got this week 8 of the year. That means nothing to the average person, but it's 8 weeks into the year. And this is how big it's gotten already. The cool thing about what we do to make our baskets nice and lush is we grow in 12-inch pots. That gives them more room, more dirt to just really get established, to stretch and become those big behemoths. You'll see later in the year pictures of me holding our baskets like this, and they're as big as I am. They're so cool. These plants they go gangbusters. We've got petunias in here, verbena, we've got some angelonia as well. This hasn't started to bloom yet, but it's just gonna fill out and get massive. And honestly, this is one of my favorite combinations. I love coming in here first thing in the morning. This royal velvet looks absolutely stunning in the light. It's one of my favorite things. I call it my coffee walk, where I go around and see what's new, what's growing, and I'm glad I get to show you this morning because it's a really cool time in our greenhouse. This is one of my favorite aisles in the grow house. We actually have taken a few of these cocoa line baskets out, but it's so cool. I just love being surrounded by the flowers. This is one of our new combinations this year we're trying. It's gonna be so cool. Another thing, as you look down this aisle, you can just see how tight we are. We need to move plants out of here into our garden center, honestly, because we need the space to grow these plants so they don't get stretchy, so they become really nice for what you want in your plants at home. Another place you will never see if you visit is our veggie and herb growing house. This was the original greenhouse on the farm. We still use it today to grow all our wonderful vegetables. Very first thing we start are our tomatoes. We grow those under grow lights, and then when they are ready, we transplant them into your individual pots. This is where they stand right now. They're still growing. We've got time. It's cold out today. You don't want them outside anyway. We grow so many different varieties of tomatoes. We've also got some basil that's starting to take off. We originally seed it in one giant tub, and then when it gets to be about this height, we kind of pull them apart and put them in individual pots like this. This looks like nothing right now, but this is a little bit more mature. See how nicely it's grown already? Oh, that smells like summer. I am very excited about that. I'm thinking tomatoes, a little mozzarella, a little basil. I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet, guys. And over here are our pepper plants. They don't look like anything quite yet, but we are going to have such a great variety. Looks like we've just started with bell peppers. These are going to be big and massive and really wonderful. Now we're here in our garden center. This is the area that you guys mostly see on the farm. What we're doing today is we are putting the thrillers, which is the tall piece, in our planters. When we grow these, we actually bury, you'll see it, an empty pot right here in the middle. You just leave some space and let it grow up big and strong on its own and plop it in later. So right now we're going through and taking something like a coleus or Prince Tut, and we're going to take that pot out of the center and plop one of these in the middle, and it won't have to compete as much with everything else, and it'll have a nicer start. And right now I'm trying to decide which one I want in. So if you have an opinion whether you want the grass or the coleus in that, please let me know. This combination, actually one of our customers came up with. Last ladies' night, this woman came through with the cart. It looked so amazing in her cart that I said, oh my goodness, can I please take a picture of that? And I took a picture and I went back last summer when I was planning these combinations, and I said, we have to plant that combination. So whoever you are, thank you so much. It is a beautiful combination, and I can't wait to see how that grows out as the season goes on. So as you can see, we still have a lot of empty bench space right now. As things become ready in our grow house, or as we need room in here, we'll pop it out here to the garden center. We've got labels of things to come in the upcoming weeks. As we get closer to ladies' night, as we get closer to Mother's Day, every bench is going to be full. In fact, my team often comes to me around Mother's Day saying, where are we going to put this? And my response, my gut response is always, well, if it's not moving, put a plant on it. That's just the way things work. Right now, it's that in between. Today it's cold, tomorrow it's supposed to be warmer. You're going to be playing that game of taking your plants in and out. When do you buy them? Do you wait? Do you not? Every year is different. Every year changes, but we're getting things filled up. I'm excited. The plants are growing nicely, and as we get closer to ladies' night, as we get closer to Mother's Day, I'm going to show you how this place just explodes with color, and it's going to be so much fun.